Well, hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? What a blessing it is to be here with you today. Hey, you know what? I believe that oh, wait a minute. This Sunday is Resurrection Sunday, also known as what? What is it? What is it? It's also called First Fruits, or, well, we should be calling it First Fruits. But um, as you may know it as Easter, all right? But it really isn't. I don't celebrate Easter. I celebrate first fruits. Anyway, I want to talk to you today about something that's very dear to my heart, seeing that I am retirement age. I want to talk to you about not going broke during retirement. Not going broke. Things that you may need to know, things you do need to consider so that you do not go broke during these precious years. You know, the thing about retirement that a lot of people look for is doing what they never had opportunity to do. Traveling, uh, hanging out with their grandchildren, if they have grandchildren, or their grandchildren hanging out with them, really spending quality time with their spouse, uh, just relaxing. Some folks just want to become couch potatoes, and others want to become hunters and fishermen and seamstress. And, when my mom retired, it seemed like that woman was busier during her retirement years than she was during her working years. I mean, she was ripping and running. There was a group of them. And this group, they travel to Canada. They go to Vegas. They go here. They go there. I mean, they were traveling all over the place. And then she had opportunity to go visit some of, as she would say, her cousins, my cousins, right? That she hadn't seen in years. And then they would bond, and reconnect. What are your plans for retirement? All right. What can you do to keep yourself from going broke? I want to make sure that you think about that for a moment, because it is a very real and personal thing, and it could happen to anyone. And you know what? It's going to happen to a lot of folks. There's a lot of people that are not prepared for retirement. Well, listen, my name is Anthony Murray. And I'm going to share some goody stuff with you that I believe is going to help you. Before we get too far in our show today, I want to encourage you to do something. All right, you ready? Ready? Wait a minute. I'm going to put it up now. I'm going to put it up in a minute. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Give me 30 seconds. Give me 15 seconds. All right, you ready? I want you to share. I think I got all the shares in there. I want you to share this. All right. I want you to invite your friends to be on with us today. All right. We're only going to be here for 55 minutes. All right. And I'm going to try to pour into you as many juicy nuggets as possible for the next 50 to 55 minutes. Okay. I like to share first before we get too far, a word from our sponsors, which if it wasn't for them, we may not be here, right? All right. One Price Cleaners, Garden City. They're in Garden City, Georgia, at the farmers market on Highway 80. All right. Black owned and operated. Best prices in town, folks. Best prices in town. Listen, you need to really look at this. All right. Really look at it. Take a picture of that. You need to not only do that, you need to go there and spend some money. Go there and spend some money. Go there and encourage them in their endeavor, right? Black owned and operated business. Okay. I believe you will get a lot out of what they are doing, and I believe it'll help you out tremendously. Okay. From what I understand, you know what? Look, I'm going to be a product of what I'm preaching. I'm going to go there tomorrow. Oh, maybe not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Good Friday. They might be closed. Saturday, if they're open. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. And bring them some clothes. Because I had one guest on the show some time ago that said they were good. Good. Only time I heard that was on a commercial, right? Good. But I heard they were really good. So check them out. Another sponsor, Davis Bosman Johnson Law, the law firm that gets great results. You know, that's why you're going to go to that cleaners. So you can get your clothes clean, because you're going to have to go see the attorney because of whatever happened, right? This is the law firm that gets results. This is their number, 912-225-1600. They have offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. Listen, folks, they're trying to dominate the state. Why not? Why not? You could look them up on, go to their webpage, www.dbjlawyers.com. All right. And check them out. Well, we thank God for our sponsors, because if it wasn't for them, like I said earlier, there's a good chance we wouldn't be here. So what about you? What are your plans? What is your vision? How are you planning? How determined are you not to go broke during your retirement? What are you going to do? You better make sure, you better make sure that you got this thing under control, because I'm telling you, you don't get many shots. You don't get many opportunities. There's not many opportunities to make sure you don't go broke during retirement. Now, I've met a lot of people that they work during their retirement. I met some folks that retired twice. I have a friend who retired twice, and now He's just working at his church. You know, that's a dream for some folks, right? But the question remains, and our show today is not going broke during retirement. Right now, I don't know the exact number. Let me see if I could Google it. Yes, I Google. I know how to Google. How many millennials are there in the United States? There's 72.24 million in the United States. 72.24 million in the United States. All right. Now, I don't know which generation you're from. All right. But my generation, what generation would be the 1950s and 60s generation? What is that? What is that? What is that? Baby boomers, right? Baby boomers. Okay. So let me see something here. Let me see. From 1883 to 1910, that generation was called the lost generation. I don't know why. They was just considered lost. From 1911 to 1944, that was called the greatest generation. The greatest generation. I don't know. I'm kind of partial. I think my generation was the greatest. All right. From 1946 to 1965, the folks born within those years, that's called the baby boomers generation. Baby boomers. All right. Now, from 1966 to 1986, that's called Generation X. I think this generation that we have now really ought to be called the lost generation. All right. But it's very interesting. I want to share a little more information about baby boomers. All right. About baby boomers. How many baby boomers are retiring or scheduled to retire within the next couple of years? All right. That's something you have to think about. So just within the next couple of months, there's going to be around 46 million U.S. adults approaching or coming up upon retirement age. Now, I'm in that group, baby boomers. Okay. And there's a lot of baby boomers that are doing what? Still working. I'm still working, right? I'm still working. And you know why a lot of baby boomers are still working? For a couple of reasons. One, they're broke. Two, they don't have anything else to do. All right. So they never really planned their retirement. Friend, listen to me. That is something that we need to really look at today. Now, there's over 4 million baby boomers retiring every year. Every single year. All right. Now, I don't know how long that's going to keep going on, but that's what's going on right now. Baby boomers are retiring at record rates, and yet at the same time, there's baby boomers working still. Why? Why? One, they need the benefits. Government messing with all kinds of stuff, right? Two, they're broke. They're broke. What's number three? Three, they need something to do. No plans. They never planned it. You've got to plan your retirement. Plan your retirement and then be determined to work that plan. Okay. You have to have a vision. You have to plan and then work that plan. Now, let's talk about some of the things baby boomers need to do to plan for retirement. What are some of the things baby boomers need to do? You ready for this? Here's some key insights. Review your retirement accounts. That's very important. You've got to review your retirement accounts, and you have to do that often. If you do not do that often enough, what's going to happen is your money will run out. Yes, your 401k, your Roth, your money market. All right, listen, a lot of companies these days, they are not offering pension. All right, now we know that many companies years ago, during the grow up years of the baby boomers, was offering pensions. Most of those companies divested and went from pensions to 401k. So now the company is not paying 100% of the retirement. All right, or they're not paying a high percentage of the retirement. What's happening? You are paying part of your retirement. All right, so you're not getting away with anything here. Now you have that 401k. Oh, beautiful. All right, in a 401k, there's fees, and you risk losing that money based on how the market is going, or losing some of that money, if not all of it, some of it, right? And then the other thing is what? Taxes. 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 You got to pay taxes. All right, you got to pay taxes on the money that you take out of your 401k. Okay. What's the second thing you have to do? You have to decide where to live. You have to decide where you're going to live. You need to take into consideration the cost of living. Why? Why do you take that into consideration? Well, somewhere in the neighborhood of 40%, if not more, of your income is gone. Gone. So it behooves us that as we're getting older, that while we're young, we increase our wealth, but as we're getting older, simultaneously, we decrease our debt, so that when we retire, we're not retiring with a bunch of debt, and then we have to still sing that song, off to work I go, I go, I go, because I owe somebody money. You don't want to keep singing that song. All right, now, create a social security strategy. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. Creating a social security strategy. All right. So a lot of people have a 401k. Some have a pension. I spoke with a person who has pension, and he's living good. He's living real good. He divested some of his money, and he invested some of his money, so he has multiple streams of income, but he's still losing massive amounts of money to taxes, because some of the vehicles he put his pension money in charge taxes annually. All right, we spoke about this in our workshops. All right. Mutual funds. You have mutual funds? Good. They earn money. The majority of them earn money. But what's the downside? You're paying taxes on those. That money is not deferred. That the tax is not deferred. You're paying taxes on those. The tax is not, it's not tax advantage, meaning you pay a little bit of tax up front, and then when you take that money out, it's tax free. No, you're paying taxes while the thing's accumulating and when you take the money out. All right. So money markets, if that's what you want to do, that's your beeswax. All right. I don't recommend it, but you do what you know, and that's what most people do. Most people do what they know. Some people, especially us baby boomers, and the person I was talking about is a baby boomer. All right. He only was doing what he knew. All right. Hey, look, we need to take another break. And I just want to come back and talk some more. But right now, we want to talk about, you still there? Yeah, you're still there. We want to talk about if you need an attorney, you need a will, you need a trust, whatever you need, Davis, Bosman, Johnson Law, the law firm that gets great results. Now, I don't know what type of attorneys they are, but I understand they're good. Telephone number is 912-225-1600. They have offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro, Georgia. Now, I don't know which states they are licensed in, but you can always call them, 912-225-1600. Check out their website, www.dbjlawyers.com. All right, and find out what they have to say. Now, those of us, you church-going folks, listen, I know you want to get those clothes dry cleaned. I know I need to get some dry cleaned. One Price Cleaners, Garden City, Georgia, at the farmers market on Highway 80. They're Black-owned and operated, best prices in town. You want to check them out, okay? Check them out. They're very easy to find. Very easy to find. All right, check them out, and you will not be disappointed. Okay, remember what you're going to do. Your homework is to share. Hold on, let me get my breath. Share. Okay, now, very critical. When you're getting older, all right, you're accumulating wealth, your period of accumulation. You're younger and you're getting older. You see the graph going up. You want to make sure that you deal with your debt, your income. You want to know. All right, you have to know. All right, if you have a mortgage, you have to try to get that thing paid off before you retire. I've met several baby boomers who actually got into debt after retirement. What do I mean? They bought a new house or they bought a new car. They didn't pay cash. They borrowed money. Why? Why would you do that? But hey, so coming up when you're younger, you want to look at your debt, income, where you're living, and the education if you have children, because you have to plan. All right, you have to plan how all of that is going to be resolved. If something happens to you, when I do an insurance policy, I look at this for people because people don't look at it. How much debt do you have? What's your income? How much is your mortgage? All right, your kids you're planning, they're going to be going to college, right? You're planning for that, right? All right, so let's look at how much money they're going to need for a 4-year school. And I calculated for them and I said, this is what you need, I want to give you at least 10 times your income. Okay. Why? Why? Do you know why? Let me tell you why. Because if something happens, then your family can sustain that lifestyle for at least 10 years or 20 years. Okay. All right. Now, I want you to share this. All right. Share it, share it, share it, share it, share it. If you have questions, you want to text me or something. Hey, look, here's my information right here. You can text me, you can email me. You know what's going to work out best for you. Let's make it happen. Okay. Let's make it happen. I want to make sure that you are ready and that you are prepared for retirement. Because if you're not, I'm telling you, folks, if you're not, you will live to regret it. All right. Two things are going to happen in life with our lives. We will either live too long, outlive our money, or we will die too soon. Those two things are going to happen. One or the other is going to happen. All right. So create a Social Security strategy. Very important, very pivotal. All right. Create a Social Security strategy. And this is why you want to do that. Hold on one moment here. Hold on one moment. I lost my notes. Come back, notes. Come back. Come back, notes. Hold on one moment. When you create a Social Security strategy, then you will find out what you need to do. Okay, you will find out what you need to do. Now that's I can't stress that enough. You and I, you need to know. You can't take the risk of being shocked. All right, and that's what happens to a lot of people. They are absolutely shocked when it comes to retirement. All right, so how should baby boomers prepare for retirement? All right, you have to take those things into consideration. Remember, review your retirement accounts. Don't be like the majority. Oh man, I can't tell you how many people I've run into and I ask them, and they're in their 30s, some of them in their 40s. What are you doing for retirement? That's just how they talk. I don't have anything. They're mumbling. Now, well, what are you doing? I said, this time is going to fly by. What are you doing? What plan do you have for retirement? And you know what the majority of them say? Nothing. They have nothing planned, and they have a young family. All right, so this Generation X, they may be brilliant when it comes to computers, but unfortunately, a lot of them, when it comes to retirement, they're as dumb as a doorknob. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say quite like that. You create that Social Security strategy. That's very important. You need to know how much money you have coming in versus how much you have going out. You have to deal with that. You can't run away from it. You have to deal with that. Then you need to establish an income plan. All right, so everything is different here. Sounds redundant, but it's not. All right, you have to have you have to have an income plan. if you haven't worked on a budget, you need to learn how to work in a budget. You have to do it. You have to do it. All right. Then get to know Medicare. Become versed in it. Know what it's all about. Just don't have somebody coming around and telling you about Medicare. Do the research yourself. If you have children, get them to help you study about Medicare. I have a book on Medicare that Medicare sent me. I haven't read that thing yet. I breezed through it, but I have so much other material on Medicare that I have read. All right. And hence is the reason why I just haven't read the material that I have received from Medicare themselves. Okay. So this is extremely important. You want to make sure that you do this. All right. I want to talk to you about 6 steps to smart planning for retirement. All right. Track your spending carefully and determine which expenses won't continue into retirement. Now, I'm saying the same thing that I said. I'm just saying it a little differently. Be aware of important filing dates for Medicare and Social Security benefits. Look, this is no time to get lazy with this stuff. Oh, my son and oh, my daughter, you can't depend on that. Why? They got their own lives. They got their own agenda. They need to spend time with themselves and their family. All right. Yes, they might help you, but I'm telling you, don't depend on that. Don't look. Let me drink some water. Why don't you want to depend on that? Do you want to know why? Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. They're still working, and then they got lives of their own. Don't take their life from them. All right? And a lot of folks do. A lot of folks do. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you some more. Hold on one moment. Hold on one moment. Hold on. Okay, hold on. All right, so you want to make sure you define your budget, right? Define your budget. It's important to revisit and refine your spending assumptions now as you get closer to retirement or as you are in retirement. Track your spending carefully. Get a shoebox. Save every receipt for at least a month, maybe 3 months. And then go through those receipts. Put the gas receipts with the gas, the food receipts with the food, the restaurant receipts with the restaurant, the entertainment receipts with the rest, with the entertainment, and so forth and so on. All right. You want to categorize and you want to see where your money is going. One of the big things that happen during retirement is something called long-term care needs. Long-term care. In my profession, I specialize in helping people with long-term care. Okay. Now, I want to read something out of one of my books. There's a good chance you're going to need it. All right. I'm just going to mention that up front. There's a good chance you're going to need it. I got a bug flying in my room and it's very distracting anyway. Those turning 65 today are expected to need some type of long-term care. You better plan for it, folks. You better plan. I know you're strong and healthy now. I know you feel like you're an ox. You know, you could boom, 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 knock over a building, leap leap a tall building in single bound and run like a locomotive and all this other. Hey, look, those Superman days are going to be gone pretty soon, right? I know you feel good now, but understand you need to prepare. You know why we have car insurance? In the event we're in an accident, in the event, like my car insurance, I needed to get towed the other day, right? So I added what is called a rider to my car insurance, and it's for emergency services. If I need a battery jump, I need them to bring me a tire, I need them to whatever it is, change my tire. This case, I had to be towed because I had a flat. And unfortunately, my car does not come with spare tires. Okay, so you need to prepare with long-term care. You need to consider that. All right. If you don't, and you need long-term care, you end up needing it. This is one of the areas that could drain your money very, very quickly. Very quickly. Okay. How long will you need it? You have to, no one really knows, right? You don't know how long you're going to need it. You may need long-term care a year, a couple of months, 6 months, 9 months. Usually there is a period, a 90-day incubation period, a 90-day period where you're not going to get the benefits, okay, for 90 days. All right, you're going to file, but you're just not going to get the benefits. And you only have to wait that 90-day period one time. All right, with most policies. There are some policies where you could get long-term care and you not have to wait any period of time. Your premium will be higher, but if it's affordable to you, then do it. All right, then do it. All right, so the average length of time a person uses long-term care or needs it is 3 years. 3 years. That's the average. Okay? That's the average that a person is going to need some type of long-term care. Now, the beauty is this, that a lot of long-term care benefits or long-term care availability is available by itself or with an insurance policy as a rider. Now, if you want more detail about that, my information is coming across the bottom of the screen. All right, I can help you with that. And if you just want information and you don't want to, hey, I don't want to buy that, I just want some information. All right, that's fine too. We could do that. So, why you might need long-term care insurance. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute, why you might need long-term care insurance. First, you should carefully consider the factors that may increase your need for long-term care insurance coverage, as well for now, as well as for the future. All right, now let me, before I get into that, let me mention this, and I want to mention this very strongly to you. Most people apply for long-term care insurance when they need it. It's too late. It's too late then. Now, those companies that will give it will give it with condition that you cannot have it for that ailment. Let me give you an example. I had a client that got an insurance policy with me several years ago, and she had a disease called lupus. Well, the insurance company gave her life insurance, but they will not cover the lupus. They wouldn't do it. Are there ways around that? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So these are the things that you need to consider. Your age. As you get older, you become more dependent on family or others to help support your daily activities. So you need to ask yourself, is that fair to your children, to your grandchildren? Should they put their lives on hold? Well, in some cases, some families do, right? Is there anything wrong with that? No, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what your family agrees to. Everyone that I run into that is taking care of a husband, a wife, a parent, a child, every last one of them are frustrated to some degree. Why? Because their lives are on hold for an indefinite period of time. Your living arrangements. If you live alone, you're more likely to need paid care than if you're living with a partner or if you're living with somebody. Long-term care helps in all these areas. This money is paid directly to you or is paid on a reimbursement basis. Let's talk about gender. Women outlive men by about 5 years on average. So they are more likely to live at home alone when they are older. Do you think they need long-term care? Yeah. The stress that men carry during their early years, a lot of men, it just breaks them down. Their health, they don't always know it and they won't always admit to it, especially men. We don't always admit to that stuff. But it breaks us down. We're talking about not going broke during your retirement. You've got to plan this thing out. You say, hey, look, Mr. Murray, I'm 31 years old, man. I'm 25 years old. I don't want to think about that. I'm Generation X. Yeah, you are going to be X'd out if you're not careful, if you don't plan. What's your health status? You have a poor diet? Do you exercise? Do you have any exercise habits? Can you increase your chances of needing long-term care by having a poor habit and no exercise habits? Yeah. What about your family history? These are things you have to take into consideration because these are the things that may determine and will determine your need for long-term care. Although you may not need long-term care services until you're well into your retirement, now is the time to plan for it. Why? Because one, the price, the younger you are, the lower the price. The older you are, the more cost. But now let's say you have some issues where your health is really, well, questionable. You can't get long-term care coverage straight. There's other ways you could get long-term care. You could get it put into, or you could get a fixed indexed annuity. And a lot of companies, or there are some companies, I should say, that's offering a fixed index annuity so that it can be used for long-term care coverage. You just have to fund that thing, let it grow. And in some cases, you could get immediate disbursement. It could be annuitized quickly. But during the period that an annuity is growing, or is called the accumulation phase. It's accumulating income through the interest that it's earning. All right. Now, if you're using it, going to use it for long-term care, then there's situations where you could have it set up so it's paying you immediately, and you can have it pay you annually or monthly. Okay. Long-term care expenses can add up. Now, I'm just going to give you two examples. Our time's running out here. The yearly cost of an at-home health aid, because you're going to need a health aid, right? You expect your child or your grandchildren just to stay there and take care of you and not have any money for themselves. Yeah, okay, all right. That might work, but it might not. We're going to come back to this in just a moment. I want to talk to you a little bit about supporting Black-owned businesses. It's critical. It's critical, man. It's critical. Support Black-owned businesses. Help the businesses grow. Someone said, well, I was supporting Black-owned businesses, but they messed up. Every business messes up. So what? Get over it. Give them another chance. All right? Give them another chance. How many times have you gone to Walmart or some other store and they messed up? But you gave them another chance. You still shop there. How many times? All right, don't talk about it. All right. Black-owned businesses. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this business. I've heard nothing but good about this business. One Price Cleaners in Garden City, Georgia. I've heard nothing but good, nothing but high praise about this business. The farmers, they're located at the farmers market on Highway 80 in Garden City. They're Black-owned and Black-operated, and they have the best prices in town. You need an attorney? I want you to consider these folks right here. You need to consider them. Davis, Bosman, Johnson Law, the law firm that gets great results. Phone number is right there, 912-225-1600, with offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. Their website is www.dbjlawyers.com. Check them out, people. Check them out. Check them out. You want to. Trust me, you really do. You really do. In the meantime, I want you to do something. I want you to share. I don't know how many shares I got down there, but do all that with your friends and your family, okay? This is a very critical time. I like to invite you to a workshop. I teach a workshop every Monday at 6 p.m. Now, my number is going to be scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Here's actually my information right here, my email and my phone number. All right. I suggest to you that you contact me and you become part of this training, these workshops. They're financial literacy workshops, and they're free of charge. They're online. They're absolutely free. Okay. Let's get back to this. The cost, what you could expect with long-term care. All right, you better prepare. We want to make sure you're not broke during your retirement years. So if you plan on staying at home and you want somebody to take care of you there, the average cost is around $55,000 a year. That's the average cost just for staying at home. That's the average. It could be a little higher, it could be lower, but that's the average. What about if you had to go into a nursing home and you want, hey, I want a private room? Well, when this brochure was made, it was $109,000 annually. Did you hear me? $109,000. Oh, excuse me, $106,000 annually. Okay, that's a lot of moolah. That's a lot. That's a lot. So some of you do not have life insurance. You do not have a will. You do not have a trust. You need no less than a will, but a trust is better. All right, we're talking about not going broke during retirement. These few tools will help you to help your family, will help you to leave a legacy for you, for your family, for your children, your grandchildren, or your nieces or your nephews, whomever, right? It'll help you not go broke. I can't stress it enough. What are some of the things that will be needed for a doctor to say, hey, you need long-term care? You know, once you buy a long-term care policy, hey, we need to enact this policy so these benefits start flowing. What do they look at? They look at 6 things, but you only need 2 of those. All right, only 2 of those situations occurring. You need help bathing. It's not that you can do it yourself. You just need somebody to help you, maybe to get it started. Okay. I don't know. I remember when my mother was alive, and she was in a nursing home, she didn't let them bathe her. They helped her get to the bathroom. She did not allow them to disrobe her or help her get in the tub. No, nobody was looking at her body but the doctor. Okay. So bathing, continence issues. What's continence issues? If you ever seen adults that have to wear diapers, it's not a laughing matter. Those are continence issues. They're having trouble with their bladder or their bowels. Or listen, people, this is no joke. This is not funny. This stuff happens. But these are the things that people that the insurance companies look at. So you have that 90-day elimination period that you have to prove or provide a proof of loss. And this is what they're going to be looking for. Do you need help getting dressed? Do you need help feeding yourself? Do you need help making it to the bathroom, toileting? Do you need help transferring, getting in and out of bed, from a chair to the couch? Do you need help? Any 2 of those, this is what they're going to look at. All right. So what if you get the policy, but you never need the long-term care? Then what? Well, most of these policies have a death benefit so that money will go to your beneficiary or beneficiaries. It's a win-win situation, people. You need to look at this, all right? You need to. So what happens if you exhaust? Let me mention this to you. What happens if you exhaust? We're jumping out of long-term care a minute. If you exhaust your 401k, your Roth, the stock market crash money, what happens? You're in a pickle, aren't you? I have vehicles that you could put your money in where you would never, hear me closely, never lose a penny. I have vehicles that you could put your money in where you give it time to accumulate. Let it accumulate, people. Do it while you're young. Let it accumulate. That when you need that money and that money comes out of that account, I have vehicles where it's tax-free or you only pay tax on the money that comes out. There's so many things out there today. Remember the old Swiss Army knife that I talked about once before. Well, friends, hey, look, that's my time. My time is really, really gone. And it was so beautiful to be with you today. I want you to look at this video. I don't know if you can see my screen. I hope not. But I want you to look at this video if I could find it. And I'm not going to find it, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right. Anyway, nevertheless, it was a great opportunity, great time to be with you today. I hope you got something out of this. We're talking about not going broke during retirement. And did I tell you that the vehicle that I'm talking about will actually, you ready? Well, actually, I got one vehicle that you put money in there, and all of a sudden, after 10, 15, 20 years, you outlive the amount of money that you put in and that it accumulated. That vehicle will continue to pay you for as long as you are alive. Just give that some thought. Give that some thought. Hey, it was really an honor, a privilege, and a blessing to be with you today. We'll see you next time.
I like that.